Yo, what is good, everybody? Snods here. We're back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the College Football 25 gameplay deep dive that came out about a week ago. We're a little late to the party, but that's okay. We've been watching this video on repeat. There's been so much hype for this game after this deep dive. I just can't stop watching it. So now that we've seen it a few times, we're going to go through it. We're going to pause. We're going to talk about a few things that we saw. Again, I do apologize for being a little late. I do work a full-time job as well. That's 40 to 50 hours a week as well. So I try to get out as many videos as I can. But hey, if we keep growing on the channel, you guys keep watching, subscribe to the channel. We might be able to do this full-time one day. You just never know. But either way, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting the channel. It has been awesome. And I'm excited to see what College Football 25 is going to bring to this channel. But anyways, gameplay, deep dive. What did we see? Let's get right into it. Now again, I'm going to be pausing a lot through this video, as most of you guys have already just watched this video hundreds of times like myself. I've even watched this video in slow motion. That's how much I'm loving this hype right now. But let's go. Let's get into it. First play, we see the spin move. We've heard a lot from the people that have played this game already that the spin move is going to be OP and it'll be no longer the juke move. That is the #1 move. We got the 1 foot animation as we should in college football. They're just covering everything that they're going to be going over in this video. This is interesting. A nice little hurdle by 2 different players. I don't know if anyone ever noticed that. That's not the same player right there. But the very first thing that they talk about is the wear and tear system. This is new. This has never been in Madden. This has never been in college football in the previous years. And let me tell you something. In my opinion, I'm super nervous about this wear and tear system. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of this. I think it brings realism to the game. I think it brings forcing you to use other options that are on your team. But I just worry how the system's going to work. Obviously, the only reference that we have to go off of is all of the Madden games. And if you guys look off the Madden games, how injuries occur, they occur way too often. Sometimes you have guys walking off the field holding their arm and it says that there's like a foot injury or something like that. I just worry how consistent and how well this system is going to work. I don't mean to be negative. It's just that's how EA has been in the past with us. And I just worry with these new systems that they put in the game, it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to work right the first day. So I just worry about it. If it works, that's great. That is awesome. This is perfect for the game. I love the idea. If it doesn't work, please give us the option to turn wear and tear off and just keep the injuries and fatigue the old school way if this system doesn't work. Another thing I thought about for this, you think in the Madden games, think about all of the hit sticks and all that stuff, truck sticks, all that happens in one game. So if I get hit stick, does that mean whatever body part that got hit, does that immediately turn yellow or red? How is that going to work? These are just all the questions that are going on in my head. And I'm curious to see what you guys think about this system as well. So this little screenshot we got, this is kind of what we've seen in Madden. You get the choice to force them to play. Even if they are severely hurt, you can put them in there, but they're basically going to warn you and let you know, hey, he's probably going to get hurt again if you put him in. Hey, if it's the game-winning drive for the conference championship, you got to force him to get in, and you can do that as they continue to show gameplay, some of the hits that can happen. If right there, the guy just got nailed. Is he immediately in the red now? This is what I'm nervous about. But obviously, right after that play, you probably want to replace him with somebody else as the quarterback is getting nailed right there. So his arm, his ribs might be hurt after that play. So here's another chart right here showing you where the injuries can happen. Our boy down there at the bottom right is really struggling right now. He's hurt everywhere. Now, I don't know if this video is showing us what we're going to see, pre-huddle for each player. Is that what we're going to see? Are we going to see a body chart of what areas are hurt? I'm not really sure how that's going to work. They didn't really show it in this trailer. It was just those pictures that we just saw. But as they just continue to show the injuries, and I am really scared to see if the injuries are super common. But anyways, moving on, player abilities. Abilities are back. X factors are gone. Thank goodness. I like what they're doing with this system right here, basically with the abilities. They're pretty similar to badges in NBA 2K, and just look how many there are. There are so many different abilities, and there's so many more players in the NCAA, and it's just crazy that every team is going to have players with abilities. Like what we see right here, ability is sidestep, improve fake outs on juke moves. This is kind of, it looks like a jukebox to me. So that's probably going to be a pretty good ability since from what I've heard, the standard stock juke move isn't very good. But as you can see right here, ball hawk, improved break on throw ability. Pretty cool right there. Something you're going to have on DBs. And you can also see the throwing meter right here. I'm not sure what the colors are that they want us to have, but that's the new throwing meter right there. Pretty cool to see that. And then, as you can see right here, clutch kicker. Kickers can get easier accuracy timing on late field goals. And you're going to really need that on this new field goal meter, as it looks really, really tough, as it should be. College kickers are not the best kickers in the world. Downhill, break tackles at max speed. So once you get to your max speed, break a lot of your tackles. That could be a pretty good one. Just everything that they're showing right here. Oh, this one right here. Oh my goodness. We'll talk about this one in a second. But a lot of these abilities that we're seeing are useful. A lot of abilities I feel like in Madden are just completely useless, and they're just there's no reason they should even be in the game. But let's talk about this one right here. This is the most controversial ability in the game for sure. Field General. Progressively see more pre-snap tells from the defense. I don't like this at all. I don't like it at all. I'll tell you what I'm fine with is the lower tiers of the Field General. So if you're not familiar with the tiers, you start out at bronze, silver, and then you go up to platinum. Platinum is where you can max it out at. Platinum Field General is ridiculous. You can literally see the other team's play art on defense. That is cheating in my opinion. The dynasty that I've created with my friends already, we have about 8 people, and we've already all agreed that no one can use Field General at Platinum because that's just not fair at all. So I like abilities, but I don't like OP abilities like that almost feels like it's cheating if you use it. I will never use the Platinum Field General. That's just not fair at all. But we can look at the throwing meter right here. Again, it looks like if you're in the blue, you're good. If you overthrow it, you could go into the yellow or the red, and bad things can happen. But the throwing meter looks pretty cool. Stadium Pulse, that's coming back. We had that in NCAA 07, I believe it was introduced, and it was pretty cool. You hit R2 or whatever, LT, whatever, to get the crowd louder. And obviously, the bigger the stadium that you're in, the louder it will get. And I really think stadium atmosphere is going to be a huge advantage if you have home field advantage. Here's a look at Donovan Edwards. Some of the abilities that he has: safety valve, ultimate ability to win versus man coverage, and secure catches when aligned in backfield. So this could be cool. Running back angle routes, that'll probably win most of the time. Sidestep, it's like your jukebox right there. Takeoff, moderately quicker release off the line when not being pressed. So pretty cool right there. To show a couple more abilities right here, you don't really see any abilities, you know, like gunslinger or anything like that for quarterback abilities. So I wonder what kind of abilities they'll have for quarterbacks out there. Home field advantage, we already know what's going on with that. You guys are away teams coming into a bigger stadium. It's going to be tough to play. You're going to have squiggly lines everywhere. It's going to be hard to read your play art. The buttons for your receivers sometimes won't show up. It's going to be extra loud. It's going to be tough to play. But this is a pretty interesting screenshot right here as well. As the guy here in the front, I'm not really sure who that is, but he's got the jersey rolled up with a sweatshirt underneath and the sweatshirt coming down on his left sleeve. It's a really cool look. You can also see it in the back right here. This guy's got the same hoodie on, it looks like, as well. So a lot of players are going to be looking different. There's going to be a big variety here. Not all the players are going to be looking the same, but that's a pretty cool feature. They teased that in the trailer a little bit. I love to see that. They're showing some of the traditions right here that some of the colleges have. Pretty cool to see that. I heard the Mo Bamba thing is coming for, I want to say it's Penn State that has it, so that's pretty cool. Stadium Pulse here again. We get a look at what the scoreboard looks like. Doesn't really look like ESPN, which is kind of a bummer. Obviously, ESPN not being in the game, which is understandable. But this is what our scoreboard is going to be looking like. Sam Houston as well is one of the teams on the field right here. This is a newer FBS team. But they're showing the buttons, the squiggly lines, all that stuff. I'm not a huge fan of that, but that's just me. I don't know how you guys feel about all that. But the squiggly lines and the buttons not being there from Madden are coming back. Nothing new there. But they continue to show all that. So look at some of the teams. I highly recommend watching this section of the video in slow motion, as they do reveal a lot of teams and their overalls. And if you plan on picking one of those teams, you can kind of take a look at what your offense and your defense is looking like. But everything looks good here. I really like, if you look at the background, like you look at the crowd, everyone's jumping around. It looks good. It doesn't look stagnant like Madden looks. Everyone's just kind of standing around. When cool things happen in this game, the crowd erupts. They react. It's good to see that. Revamp passing. I'm not really sure how much of this is revamp. A lot of it kind of looks like how throwing is in Madden. That's just me. But we'll see when we jump into the game. Obviously, the meter looks a little bit different. But I still feel like it's going to work very similar to how Madden looks. Another good screenshot right here. This is a huge W. You no longer have to worry about having a quarterback with Hot Route Master, with those additional routes that you see on the right here. Deep cross, deep dig, triple option, and bang 8. And then they've got all the other standard hot routes that you can use. So every quarterback will have all of these options. That is good. It's a good W. I like that I don't have to work for a Hot Route Master quarterback, because that is a pain in the butt. So that is good. Huge W right there. As you can see right here, you can also set the depth at which your receiver runs a route. So as you can see right here, the B receiver is at a curl route. If we go back a little bit more, he's still in a curl, but he's at like 5 yards. So you can adjust how far that route should go. You can do that with every single route that's in the game. So that's going to give a lot of different variety for playbooks. Right here, they introduced the stick that you can use on defense. I can't remember what they called it, but basically as the ball is in the air, you can flip your stick to whatever player you want to use and try to quickly react to the ball and try to get a quick pick. I tell you right now, I'm going to throw a ton of interceptions with that feature being in the game, because that's going to be hard to get used to right there. It's literally a clip. I don't know if they showed it on here, but the receiver is running a streak. Corner that's covering him has his back turned, and he's chasing the guy that's on a streak. Quarterback decides to throw the guy that's underneath him on like a curl or something like that, and that corner that was covering the streak turns around and goes and picks it off like he has eyes in the back of his head. Gary thought it's going to be hard to get used to, that's for sure. But I'm excited, man. I feel like this game, I feel like at the beginning of this game, it's going to be a lot different than what we're used to in Madden. And that's going to lead a lot of people to think that this game is going to be really, really hard, because it's throwing a lot of things at us that we have not really seen before. The flick stick, whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but that's going to be hard to get used to. Passing is certainly different. I feel like defense is going to be tough, because every single quarterback is a hot route master. What we've heard from the people that have played the game, it's pretty hard to make tackles in this game. But of course, after like a month or so, people will adjust and start to get used to the game. And I really think this game's obviously it's going to pop off. It's going to go crazy. But yeah, guys, that's it. Let me know what you think about this. Again, sorry for it being late. Better late than never. We got to get it on the channel as soon as we can. That's it. It's getting close. It's getting to about a little over a month, and the game's going to be here. It's going to be the longest month ever, but eventually we'll get there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, throw a like on the video. I'm out of here, boys. Peace.